Hey guys, today I was watching somebody on YouTube and they were talking about Jerry Chili and Joe Watts. There was a story. The guy didn't get all the facts right, and when I listened to it, so I thought I'd tell you the story. Probably a lot of you never even heard it. After I got made, I was just made not too long, and I was sitting in a club, like a disco type of club, and I was talking with this guy who was a biker, and he was with a girl and her girlfriend. I was talking with her, and we were having a conversation, and there was a lot of guys, mob guys, talking with people. The place was crowded. And I hear this guy, and I had met him as a friend, the made guy, as Jerry Chili, and he's screaming at Joe Watts. Joe Watts could never get made. He's German on his father's side, but he's a hit guy. He was with Paul Castellano directly, heavyweight type of guy. And this guy was blasting the shit out of him. People were looking at it and so on and so forth. And I listened to it for a while, and I got up and stuck my 2 cents in, and I said, Jerry, he knew already. We were introduced that we were both made guys. And I said, you're being very loud, bro. I said it nice and quiet. I didn't want to embarrass him. I said, you're being loud, and you're abusing Joe Watts, and he's good people. And Jerry Chili says, he's not one of us, Sammy. Now, I knew what he meant, that he wasn't a made guy, and I knew he wasn't a made guy, but I knew the only reason he wasn't a made guy is because he wasn't Italian on his father's end, but he's still with the boss of a family. So I said, no, I understand he's not, but he's with Paul Castellano direct. He said, I don't really give a fuck. Now that struck me as weird, talking about a boss like that, and I didn't like it. So I told him, bro, you're talking about a boss. When you say you don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck that you're yelling at him, or you don't give a fuck that he's with Paul. Sammy, mind your business. It is my fucking business. It's my boss. And this guy is with us. Joe Watts moved to the side, out of the way. So we started growling at each other a little bit. Every time I went to walk away, back to that girl and sit down with them, I just couldn't get away from this argument. It just never let go. We just kept growling and stuff. So I said, listen, there's certain rules. If that rule wasn't in our way, bro, I'd make you give a fuck. What do you think of that? Oh, yeah? Yep. I think you're a piece of shit. To talk like that in front of people, talk to him like that. If you got a beef with him, go to your skipper, go to where it's got to go and bring it up the right way, not in the middle of a club. And I'm talking to you, bro. Don't call me bro. You're right. Don't do it, motherfucker. Does that fit you a little better? You feel a little better with that? We growled a little bit back and forth, and we literally almost got into it real close, and other people got in the middle right away. A maid guy in the Genovese family, who originally introduced me to him, said, Sammy, hold up, you can't do that, bro. Come on, you know the rules, you can't do that. Because I came this close to whacking him a fucking shot. And he was a big name type of guy. And so they pull us apart, and the girl who I was talking to gets up, and she starts mouthing off to him. Now, I don't want her to get in trouble. She probably doesn't realize who he is, and maybe she's getting out of order. So I said, sweetheart, sit down. Sit down, I got this. Relax. She says, no, this is my business too. No, listen to me. It's not your business. Sit down. And she mentions a guy who's a made guy, a heavyweight. That's her uncle. And she's making her position like, my uncle told me you could never do this, and the way he's talking to you now, Sammy. And she's getting carried away with it. That's what pulls me away. I grab her by the arm a little bit, and I says, come on, let's have a drink. The biker guy got up, and he's standing up there too. I think he was actually taking my back. I didn't ask him to or anything like that, but I knew him a while, and we seemed to be together talking to the two girls. So he might have been taking my back and said, come on, Sammy, come and sit over here. So I got him by the arm, and we went and sit down and hanging out and just talking. And the Genovese guy came over and said, Sammy, you're not going to do anything. No, I'm not going to do nothing, bro. It was an argument. We argued. We can't do anything. It got a little close, I think. But I appreciate what you did. You got in the middle. I appreciate it, bro. This way nothing stupid could happen. I appreciate what you did. And it ended. It was over. The next day I get called, and Tato tells me there's going to be a meeting in Manhattan. You had a beef last night? Yeah, a little bit. I tell him a little bit what happened. Well, there's going to be Paul, the boss, the underboss, Deal Delacroce, Joe Gallo, the Gunzier, and there's leadership from the Bonanno family who's going to be there. The Genovese people got involved, talked about what happened, and so let's go. We got to go down Little Italy to Neil's club. So we went down there, parked the car. We went there, and all kinds of people there. Joe Chili was there, and we went into this club. And Joe Chili talked a little bit. They told him, Joe Watts was there too. Joe Watts, I guess, set it off by telling Paul what happened. And this thing blew up into be a big thing. So they tell me, we know that this happened. Joe Watts brought it up. And the Genovese people came to us and told us what happened. And they questioning Chili, Jerry Chili. So he says something. I didn't actually say that. I didn't mean that. And then he finally says, yeah, I did say it. Didn't Sammy step to you right away? Yeah. And you told him too. A friend of ours. You told him in front of people. You don't give a fuck. Well, I was hot. Good. Get the fuck out of the club. They threw him out of the club. So they talked with me a little bit. I said, listen, it wasn't a big deal. Maybe I overstepped my bounds a little bit by going to check him. Maybe he got embarrassed. I don't know. No, Sammy, you did the right thing. Now, like I said, I was just made. I didn't really want to get into a beef with another guy, another friend of ours. And they said, you did the right thing. Stand on this side. You want me to go outside? No, stand on the side. They excused Joe Watts. He talked a little bit. They excused him. Paul talked to the Bonanno leadership there. And so what he did is outrageous. You got to teach your people that we can't do things like that in front of people and stuff like that. The Bonanno people said to Paul Castellano, do you want us to kill him? Wow, I heard that. I says, oh my God, this guy's going to get killed over this. Neil said a little something. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he growled a little bit. Neil was a real gangster, for real gangster. Paul said, let's calm down. No, I don't want him dead. This isn't a killing offense. I'll tell you what I do want. Take him and throw him out like we threw him out of this club. No family recognizes him as a friend of ours. Once you become a made guy, they can't take it away from you. You come in, you walk in, standing up, and you go out feet first, meaning you're dead. Whether you die naturally or you die with this, that's how you're not a friend. You're a friend all the time, no matter what. Cooperate, we don't care what you do. It's a blood oath for life. So they can't really throw him out. The meaning is they're going to put him on a shelf. All the families will know what happened. Nobody will respect him as a friend of ours for a year, Paul says, 1 year. If he behaves himself for that year, put him back in good standings, and him and everybody else will learn their lesson from this. If he fucks up in any way, shape, or form within this year, then kill him. That was the decision of the top, from the Gravano and the Gambino. It taught me a serious lesson, how serious Cosa Nostra is. Just words could put you in a hole. Me and Jerry, I don't think we ever really got along with this from that day, with this situation. It's not that we disliked each other. He had a son who died or was killed or something, I forgot, years ago, and I went to the funeral. I think that at that time we got along a little bit better. We had mutual friends. We did respect each other as friends of ours. I don't think I ever had a bad situation with him after that. His brother and him had that problem. I did a video with a cop. That kid Faraci killed a cop. It's a whole nother story. I already did a video about it. I won't get into it. So that's the story of Joe Watts, Jerry Chili, and what happened. I hope that guy I was listening to listens to this. I'm filling in some of the facts for you. I'm not calling you a liar or anything like that, but I don't think you know all the facts. I was the other guy with that Joe Watts thing. I was at that meeting. I hope you enjoy it. And if you guys enjoy it, press like, press subscribe, and we can hear more stories. I got so many more stories that are going to come up. And Carol, call me. Bye-bye.